Alright, welcome to another Freestyle Game Dev live stream. My name is Kevin. We do these twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings. They work like office hours. It's a Q&A. Hop in, ask questions about game dev, Unreal Engine, blueprints, visual scripting. If you're working through our Python crash course for creatives, hop in, ask some Python questions. That's cool too. Like I said, twice a week, Sunday nights at 10:15 Pacific Standard Time and Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Why are we doing this? Hopefully to help you all out and also learn a whole bunch of cool stuff together. I currently work as a senior principal tech artist at Riot Games in R&D. I get to do a lot of really cool stuff at work, but Unreal Engine is crazy deep, so this gives me a chance to stumble through a whole lot of other parts and disciplines and everything like that, so I can hopefully help better understand and communicate cross teams and disciplines and things like that. Plus, it's just fun when we start getting kind of like a community of people just kind of working on Unreal Engine games and stuff, answering questions, bouncing ideas, and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we'll get to that point. It'll be a lot of fun. If there are no questions, that's not a problem. I fill the time by I'm just working through a fun little prototype I'm working on. Hopefully trying to get through all the various aspects of basically everything there is to it. You know, creating characters, level builds, combat, gameplay abilities, deployment, clients, server setup, all those kinds of things. So tonight, I didn't see any actual new questions or anything like that in any of the comments. So we're going to be hopping right in. Again, questions take priority. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw those down or throw those in the chat. And we'll hop on those. Now, a lot has kind of I've been playing around a lot since the last time. So in the absence of questions, let's just hop right back in. I'm not even positive where we were last time, but some things to note that are different now. Actually, let me do this. Let me set up one enemy and we'll make them dummy mode. And we'll go in and they should be just standing there. Now, you'll notice now I have this crosshair that shows up on the enemy. So I added a targeting system, which is cool. And then with that targeting system, I also added it so that the power attack will actually teleport you to where the enemy is, which is actually fun. I'm going to move this stuff over. Okay, so what does that look like when we do that? If I right click, pretty cool. Just basically teleports you right to where the enemy is. Now, why am I doing that? I was doing that because I was actually thinking that it would be cool if I was in air and I was doing these abilities and I wanted to, I could just basically pop in to do that. It was a really cool, just a really fun gap closer. So as part of that, you know, I set up a targeting system and then I made the ability so they can do the teleports. I added in I got a little bit lost in some art, not gonna lie. Actually, let's spawn like 4 of these so we can have some fun with it. Got a little bit lost in the art, just grabbed some free VFX and threw those in there and spent way too much time monkeying around with why those weren't working. Now, you'll notice though, as I teleported in there, I missed her. So if I'm facing the wrong way, just slightly off. Oh, actually, let's try this way. Oh, actually, that's working pretty well. Oh, I think it's if I move the mouse while I'm on my way in. Nope, even that's pretty good. Yes, I can actually move my mouse off and miss completely. I'm trying to decide if we should have the character lock in and face the enemies, but this is just a cool way for me to close gaps. Now, I think there's a couple things that maybe we want to add. We're going to take a look at that. The other thing, let's see, what's the other thing I added? Oh, I think I updated it so that our parry is a little bit more of a reasonable animation, which is cool. So let's bring these people back and show you the current fun. We're gonna make them search and destroy again, and we'll hop in. Now they're going to come at me, and I am just gonna try to survive. Oh, that was the other thing I added. You'll notice that when they hit me now, when they mess up, if they hit me and I'm parrying, they kind of get stunned for a second. You kind of see them do this stun move. So added in a new stun ability, montage, all that kind of stuff to support that. This is actually going to be really difficult for me to get out of because they're super on it. Jeez Louise. Alright, now this is getting to the bug that I was, that I kind of wanted to chase down. So I've been killed once. Jeez Louise. Also, you'll notice that my parry blocks bullets. Probably don't want that. Also, it would be cool if it closed the gap. Now, what I want you to pay attention to now is if I right click to power attack, see how there's two of the cooldown meters and one is offset? I noticed while I was playing that, I'm just gonna let myself die a whole bunch of times. Okay, there's once. Ooh, that's twice. I think you'll get the idea. There's gonna be 3 times here in a second, and then when I right click, you'll notice that I've got oh, I can't even kill him. I need to kill him so I can even show you what's happening. Here we go. So now you'll notice if I right click, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like as many times as I died, the number of cooldowns. Also, you'll notice that there's all these targeting things that are being left around. So even though I was able to add all these new targeting things and everything, there's obviously a bunch of cleanup that I missed. So I believe that our gameplay abilities aren't cleaning up properly. So let's take a look and see if we can figure out what happened with that. So let's start with the targeting. And that is going to be on the shooter mannequin. So I built that as a component, and so we'll need the shooter mannequin, and then let's also grab our targeting component, which is here. And I think what's happening is we are storing our reticle, but we're not deleting it, I believe. Reference find references. Well, that's a get on the reticle. Here's another get on the reticle. Setting, this is where we're setting the locations. I basically just don't think we have an in play. So that's the update. So let's just, I guess we can just do it on in play. And what we'll do is we don't need to call to the parent function because this is all it is. And let's just get this and convert this to a validated get. If it is valid, let's destroy that guy. So let's test that first and see if we solved our reticle problem. Once. Twice I've died. And it looks like we don't have any reticles hanging around, which is cool. So, okay. So that cleans up that, which is great. Then we have a similar thing with our power attacks. So for some reason, I want to say It's weird. I wouldn't expect this to... I wouldn't expect it to create a brand new reticle every time we do a power attack, but let's see what's going on with this. Sword power combo. What's happening is, oh, a whole lot of shenanigans. This is gonna need some cleanup because I was monkeying around with how to do the teleport to the enemies. But we come in here, we here's our slot, that's our widget classes, and so on. When we end this ability, we unbind all events, we stop the montage, and we mark for finish. Interesting. I don't see... Find event to input movement, custom event. Okay, that's fine. This is waiting for the hit. So all this stuff should be later. And that's the sword hit. But none of that has anything to do with waiting for the deal. And then we're gonna come in here, we're gonna broadcast our message, which is our cooldown. So let's do some blueprint cleanup here. Because this is a mess. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This is nope. Keep thinking I'm dragging. Okay. So now we have that. Let's we can do this. We can do Lyra subsystem. Just make that so we can read it. We don't even need this display name stuff. We can take all of this, line it up. Hopefully make it straight. There we go. Alright, so that's cleaner there. Now did we make enough room is the question. We've got... Yes, we are actually... My goodness. Alright, so there's that. Then this, oops, that's not what we wanted. This delay and the teleport. So this is going to be our teleport. Oh, missed the delay. Okay. And just cleaning this up. That's our camera mode. Here's another delay that we're not actually using. Okay, so this true false is coming off of our targeting component, which is we have our controlled pawn. I think we can just connect this and we can move this up here or over here or something. And we can connect our controlled pawn in here just to clean this up. Okay, and then we've got again our controlled pawn. And since I don't like all of these wires everywhere, let's just clean that up. And this is a bunch of map. Let's see here. What does this actually do? Again, with the controlled pawn, we can clean this up quite a bit. This one's probably worth just plugging in like so. And I think we're there. Let's see here. That's pretty clean. That looks pretty good. Normalize that. We can add, when we add these together, doesn't matter the order. So let's plug this one in the top and this one in the bottom. We have nice pretty lines again. And then what happens with this? This is going to make a gameplay queue. What? Oh, that's a gameplay queue parameters. Okay, that's not a gameplay queue. And then the queue gets launched. There we go. So that's that. All that looks good. That's much cleaner. It's easier to follow. Let's compile and save this. Now, what I'm curious about, if the pawn moves outside the dash window, cancel. Event on end ability. Also, why is this up here? Let's take a look at the dash. I want to see if they're doing anything with the dash to clean up UI on the end ability. I don't think they are. GA hero dash. Okay, broadcast cooldown time. That's activate. Send the commit ability. Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see anything that would clean up the UI. I feel like the UI is just supposed to clean up on its own. So hold on a second. Is it because our power combo is set to retriggerable? Yeah, let's try turning that off. I wonder if that's what's going on. Let's get our spawn count back up there. And oh, actually there's another test we can do. We can just go with dying. There's one. Two. Okay, that's enough. Let's see if we still have. Alright, so now when I dash. Nope. So that's not it. Wait a second. Hold on, this is a bigger problem. This has nothing to do with the ability. Because I'm not even using that ability. And those extra cooldown things are showing up. But I never even triggered it. So it's not like me triggering the ability. Well, here we go. Let's go 0 enemies. And let's go jump on this damage path. There's 2 already. I never even triggered the ability. Okay. Next question. What if I never even equip that ability? What if I don't have the power attack? So let's do this. Let's go ability set shooter sword. Here's our power combo. I'm going to temporarily delete this. Let's just make sure that we don't have the power combo now. I can't do it. Right clicking, nothing. Oh, but how am I gonna test? If I can't power combo, how do I test? I don't know if that UI is there or not because I can't actually test. Okay, well that wasn't the best idea. Can I undo to bring that back? Yeah, that worked. There's only one. Yeah, there's two. Okay, so let's take a look at this widget. Maybe there's something going on with the widget itself. This is the power combo. Here's our widget classes. This is the HUD slot, which seems reasonable. So let's take a look at this widget cooldown. And then in the graph, that's the tick. Listen, construct, initialize. On check for death. Let's see if we're hitting that. Oh, we're definitely hitting this. Okay. If it's not valid, we're setting our new health component. We're checking to see if the owning player control pawn is valid. I want to know if we're hitting either of these breakpoints. We're hitting the health component. Oh, we're doing this every frame? Why would we do this? Every frame. Current health component is not equal to, oh, I see. Then we're going to, okay, so basically what's happening, okay, I see what's happening here. We're checking the way we're checking to see if the character died is we're checking to see if the health components have changed. So we're only going to hit this if the health components change. So I can safely remove that breakpoint. And then theoretically, when I walk over this and die, when I respawn, I'm going to hit this current health component. Okay, and it should be valid. We're going to bind event to death start. And on death start, we're going to update the ability, and we're going to unbind the event, and we're going to update visibility of the power combo cooldown. This is super weird. I wonder, update cooldown percent, stop the animation, play the animation, update the visibility. And update the visibility gets the current health component. And if they're dead or dying, they're going to set it to visible or not. Interesting. So here's what I want to know. Let's escape out of this. Let's play. Okay, so we're going to construct that. And we're going to set this health components because they are different. Now we're not going to do anything when we're ticking. And then let's go kill ourselves by standing on the damage pad. Now we're checking our current health component again. We're constructing again. Why are we constructing again? Who's calling it? Blueprint debugger. Call stack. On ability added. Why is this ability being added again? Interesting. Basically what's happening is our ability is being re-added. But I didn't realize the ability was associated with the pawn. I thought it was associated with the controller. Is that true? Where's Shooter Mannequin? Is the ability component here? No. Doesn't look like it, at least. Yeah, I think it's actually in the player controller. Yeah, the Get Lyra ability system component is on the Lyra target character. Oh no, this is a Lyra target character. Okay, so that is getting it. Okay, so the abilities here. So the ability system's being rebuilt. There's gotta be something we're missing. Okay, new plan. Browse to this. I'm gonna look for something. Let's look for W underbar. Cooldown. Dash cooldown. That's a good one. Interestingly enough, dash is not. I don't think it's showing when we dash. Hold on, let's see. Get rid of this breakpoint. We know this is not what we need. There it is. Yes, it is. But when I die, are there two of them? Doesn't look like it, unless they are right on top of each other. Okay, so dash is not having this problem. So let's go back to this. Dash cooldown has a graph. It has initialize, construct, listen for duration, and tick. Okay. When does this get added? So the first time it gets constructed, just like our power combo, one time. And then when we come back in here, oh, look at that. Dash is not being re-added. That's why. And hold on a second. If we look at the abilities we have, interesting. Okay, so check this out. If we, I think we're getting close. I think there's something wrong with the way we're authoring our abilities. So if we look at our abilities right now, you'll notice that I have, everything has a 0 after it. Okay. Our evades, our dashes, our jumps, emotes, all of our drop weapons. If I switch to the gun and I look at the abilities, I have weapon fire, pistol 0, auto reload is 0, everything is 0. Switch back to the sword to print our abilities. Our sword is now a 1. And our power combo is now 1. So then if we switch back to our gun, look at this. Our gun, okay, no, it is a 1. It's a 1. Okay, so swapping weapons is adding and destroying abilities. So if we go, except for dash. Dash is not, that is not the case with dash. Dash is always 0. Interesting. The dash is always 0. And if we look at our abilities again, interesting, our auto spawn re-incremented. All of these things incremented, but something is happening with our power combo. this widget class. We're gonna have to go in the code, I think, unfortunately. So let's take a look at it. Oh, look at this. Maybe not. It's in Blueprint. Okay. So hold on a second. Sure, let's just go ahead and do that. We're gonna probably hit that breakpoint. Oh, we didn't. Why didn't we hit that breakpoint? Oh, because it's only on removed. Okay, cool. So when we walk over this, the ability is not removed. Interesting. Hold on a second. We're going to get all the widgets. We're going to register these. And we're going to do the thing. This is what we're adding. All right, here we go. This is going to take a little bit. So we're going to go through. This is our first time through. And the widget class, we have dash cooldown, dash touch. So this is dash. And then this time we have none. And then this time we have one. This is emote. That's the aim down sights. Okay, so we're gonna see this for each of them. This is our power combo. Okay, so we hit that. Now, we'll just go through this. They've all been added at this point. If we die, are we gonna re-add? Well, we are re-adding. So which ones are we re-adding? Are we re-adding all of them? Power combo cooldown. Look at this. Hold up a second. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe that's not it. I don't know which class this is. There's no classes. Let's just assume that's another one that we made. What is this ability? Okay, so two abilities that we've created are re-adding the widgets. So there's something different about the way that we created this sword combo that is different than, for example, the dash. So what is different? Let's take a look at the dash. I don't understand what it could be. Okay, so this is one of the things that, this is when I like, if I have a single monitor, one of my favorite things is the IDE aspect of Unreal Engine. So if you are, like right now I'm on the dash, and if I go to the power combo, and I bring up the class defaults, what? I picked the wrong thing. I want the GA sword power combo. Okay, so now that I've gone to the last one, if I control tab, it goes back and forth between the last two selected. Okay, so this is the sword power combo. This is the dash. The montage to play is a thing. These look like dash specific variables. And the ability HUD widget, let's open these guys up and see what kinds of differences we've got. Okay, so these are just slot. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that is one difference. There's this power combo slot. So one of the questions might be is that a valid slot? And is it somehow overriding something? That's one question. The activation. Wait, what am I missing? Oh, okay, so we can collapse that. Activation on tagged event movement dash. That's fine, that's not going to be it. Ability triggers. Other than that, I don't see any difference between these two abilities. So I guess maybe the slot is the problem? It seems suspicious to me. Alright, so who else is using that slot? Hero dash, hero evade, grenade. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So these are all using slot extra equipment. And the power combo. Well, let's edit this HUD layout for a second. I want to see something. This slot health bar, progress, power combo. This is HUD slot power combo. We made this one. And this is HUD slot extra equipment. And that's HUD slot equipment. And this is external HUD slot top act loads, mode status, team score, reticle. I can't imagine. Don't put code in this blueprint. It's for layout only. Roger that. So this could, if we move this up here, for example, when we do our dash now, or our power combo. Ooh. Did I crash? Get rid of this breakpoint. Interesting. Moving that slot broke us? That seems weird. But it did. Because it's there now. Hold on, what? I have no idea why the power combo. Okay, let's check another way. Parry, power combo, stun, and sword combo all are being added through this sword ability set. Whereas the guns, see for example, like pistol, it has its own ability set too, but that's not it. Okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know why this is, but for some reason it is creating a duplicate of that. And I think that's just something I'm gonna chase down separately. Yeah, clearly there are two now. No other UI element does that. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna chase that down between because that's just gonna be super boring to watch me try to figure out where that is. When I find it, what I'll do is I'll report back in the next stream if I find it. It's gotta be around somewhere. Okay, so now that we have all that, we've cleaned up our targeting. We didn't clean up our power combos, but that's okay. Everything seems to be working right. It just seems like there's something funky with the UI. Oh, I remember what I was going to show you. I was going to show you, we've got a couple other problems to figure out. One of them is this. If I'm in my block and I go to trigger a sword combo, I can't do it. Because what's happening is, the minute I go to trigger attack, I'm still holding the block key. I have to think to let go, basically. If I think to let go, then I can do it. But it's hard to do that. So what I'm actually wondering is if we can make this a lot simpler. And in our relationships, let's do inside of our tag relationships. So we have an evade, we have a jump. What we could do is we could take parry, our parry is blocking evade and jump. Let's see if that's true. So jump is spacebar. If I hold parry, obviously not blocking it. So that doesn't seem to be working. GA parry, last defaults. Ability type action parry, that's why. Ability type action. This should be ability type action parry for this to work. Ability type action parry. Okay, so that should solve that problem. Let's take a look again at that, make sure it's working. If I'm parrying, I cannot jump. I also cannot combo. I don't think that's what we want. So let's try this. Let's remove the combo from this. I'm not sure what players are going to want in this case. If I'm parrying and I combo and I press parry, so then what we need to do is in the ability set and the tag relationships for the combo. Do we have one? Weapon fire, melee. We don't have a combo, so let's add one. And this is going to be combo. I'm going to take a combo, and it is going to block. Now this is where it gets dangerous, because I don't think this is what we actually want. This is going to block the parry, which means that you will not be able to. Yeah, so you're going to have to finish. So you're going to have to at least finish the attack before you come back. So I'm just holding the parry button. The minute I choose to attack, I'm absolutely going through this motion. And I can't stop it, can't block it. I don't know, even if I let go and press it again, I don't think that's what we want to do. So we're gonna have to get really smart about our cancel windows to make this feel fluid. We're not there yet. So let's see here. If we right click, I can pop into a parry in the mid. If I combo, I can't get to a parry. So that's not the answer. It works, but that's not the answer that we want in the end. So unless, okay, so that's not it. What we want is when we're pairing. Oh, I know what we could do. Are we re-triggering the parry? Re-trigger instance of, we're not. So that's not gonna work on input triggered while input active. I wonder if that makes a subtle difference. Nope, makes no difference whatsoever. Oh, I know what we could do. Let's do now, because that's how, oh, well, let's see, hold on. If we go the parry, and we take a look at the, interesting, we have a melee parry cancel. This is on pressed. What if we change this to hold? Okay, that's not it. Unless this is also being used somewhere else. So let's take a look at this and reference here on that. And let's edit it. We're gonna edit our keyboard mouse bindings. Parry F. Triggers down. Let's trash this. Does this still trigger? It does. Okay. But it doesn't solve our problem. What I mean by that is, one, it waits until a certain amount of time has passed before the kicks in. And what's happening is it's doing that thing where, let's see here, save this, because this is just going to clean this stuff up. Digital hold. If we just do trigger fires when the input exceeds the actuation threshold. Yep. I believe that's what we want. Check this out. Okay, so if we parry, yeah, if you accidentally do that. Okay, so I think what we want is the same thing we had before, where, see how I'm still holding the forward key, but it's not actually triggering? And we did that with our sword combos. I wonder if we can do the same exact logic with parry that we did with our sword combos. And what we did with this is our sword power combo. We put it in, we're committing the ability, we're getting the hero, we're setting the controller, the phase. Here we're stopping movement. We're setting our ignore movement input. This is our dash attack. Wait a minute. I thought we had it where it would, here, let's check our sword combo. It's getting kind of nuts in here. All right, commit, champion, controlled, ground distance, gets the combo, decides whether they're launching, movement reset needed. This is it. This is what we were doing. And then we commit this. Movement reset needed. So if a movement reset is needed, we're going to come through, we're going to determine the stop movement, set ignore movement, We should probably... No, we're not gonna do that. Set evade activated. Then we're doing our control pawn. Bind event to input movement. And it's a custom event that we're binding, which is movement reset needed. All right, this is the same kind of thing that we need. I need to think about this. It was specifically for people who button bash, like just won't let go. Like I'm holding F and I'm just not thinking, but I know that if I tap this and I couldn't do it again, I would let go and do it, but I wouldn't want it to interrupt. So I think it's the exact same thing. Let's see if we can do this real quick. What am I looking for? Shooter, hero. Okay, we don't need this guy anymore. We don't need this guy. Ability widget. I don't think we need that one. Dash cooldown, we don't need. We fixed our comp targeting. Here's our shooter mannequin. That's evade. That's the direction. Try jump. Okay, so we have this logic where if we do a move, we're doing all this move reset stuff. What we're going to do is let's just copy all of this. I wonder. Let's see if we can cobble this together. Let's do IA parry. Alright, so if we do a melee parry, triggered, started, canceled, or completed. Triggered, started, canceled, or completed. Now, interestingly enough, I don't actually need the action values in this case. Okay, so let's get rid of those for right now, because that would be giving me a direction, which I just don't need. And rather than using movement reset needed, let's create a new variable called, for now we're going to call it parry reset needed, but I think eventually we could promote this into a more generic thing, which is going to be ability reset needed. And I'm just going to have to think about how we do that. So let's just do parry reset needed, because I would like to not have to reinvent this code every time. And this is going to call we're not actually going to call the input movement. Yeah, so I don't think we need that. We may not even need triggered at all. We may just need this started and finished. Okay, let's try that. Let's just say that that's it. Compile, save that. Now back in our parry, what we're going to do is just like the combo, we are going to bind an event asynchronously after the pawn. Interesting. This is a little different. So after the pawn, wait for input release. We might be able to do this in here. On release, montage jump to section. We could say We may not even have to do this. Hold on a second. If we come in here, let's take a look at this. If I think we might be able to do this with an interrupt. Hold on. Print string. We may have just complicated this a little more than we needed to. Let's see. Hold on. If I'm parrying and I sword, I am interrupting. Okay. So if I'm interrupting, we are going to take this controlled, we need this as a variable, I believe. Promote this to a variable, and this is going to be the, no. Let's not promote that to a variable. Let's promote this to a variable. Promote this to, nope. Promote to variable. And this we are going to call your mannequin. Okay. And then what we'll do is on interrupt, we are going to set reset, set parry reset needed. And we're going to set that to true. Connect that in. And what we want to do is we're going to create this weird thing where we're going to block this ability. Actually, we do need to keep that stuff we did in the mannequin, I believe. We could add this to the thing, but this is kind of a weird workaround for the ability system. But let's just test this to see if it works. What a weird name for a variable. Hold on, let's see if we're actually using this. We're not using it. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, so oh, interesting. We don't want to commit this ability until after we have proven that we want to keep going. So let's do this here. Because we're going to do a test, which is the get reset needed, and then we're gonna not that, not, and then let's do, if that's not needed, then we're gonna keep going. Okay, so let's see if we can even parry. So if I parry, if I let go and parry again, I can. If I press attack, she finishes. That's cool. Okay, now, moment of just 2 more moments of testing. If we press parry again, it does not work. Bummer. So we can no longer parry. And that is because our shooter mannequin because we're using the wrong variables. This will probably help. We shouldn't be using movement resets. We should be using parry resets. That is going to help a lot, I think. And then, no, let's do this. Okay, here we go again. Same test. And we we'll probably be wrapping up if this works. So let's see, here we go. So we're gonna parry, we'll let go, parry again. Very cool. We can parry as fast as we want, spam it, whatever. Okay, now I'm going to attack. Attack finishes. Now, if I let go, can I parry again? Oh, I can't parry again. Why not? Why not? Am I ever hitting this? Do we ever hit this? Yes, okay. Wait a minute, I just hit it. Oh, I know why. I know why. Hold on. Think. What's happening is we are not ending the ability. So we need to end this ability if that doesn't work, if we don't finish. So the ability is never ending. Where is this? End the ability. So if this is not true, we need to end the ability, because otherwise it's gonna lock it up and not be able to re-trigger. We could also check the box for re-triggering, but let's try it this way first. So parry. We hit our breakpoint. I'm just gonna get rid of our breakpoint altogether, because I believe parry, spamming it, parrying, sword attack, let go, parry again. Yes, very cool. So parry, sword attack, and then I can go back into it. Perfect. Okay, this is great. So now, if I happen to be like a death grip type player and I just don't want to let go of that F key, but I can still attack, but then I'm like, oh, I want to parry again. I'll remember. Because now I've got it pressed down. That's a cool way for me to have to do that. And then I don't have to remember to let go now. And I can control how fast I come back. That's great. And I don't have to play all the way through. Now we should probably change. I wonder if we can change this montage. Where's our parry montage? Compile, save, montage to play. Take a look at our parry and see if we can just make this as an upper body. We're playing this in the full body. Let's do upper body. Let's pretend that worked. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, it kind of works. It doesn't look good. Because what we really want is we want to change. Here, let's do this. We could do full I think we want, no, the problem is we don't want full body. We do want the lower body. But I think what we want for this, I think this is something that we can take a look into between now and next time, or next time. But generally the gist is this. What I think we should be doing is when we do this, we should be crouching. So hold on a second. Let me see if I can remember how to crouch. Here we go. Crouch. Okay, so let's try that. All right, we can try this. So let's do crouch. Let's do upper body. And then this time when we play it, let's do it while we're crouched. So crouch. Okay, looks weird because the aiming is funky. This would probably be cleaner if we just had a different animation, but I think we should either stop the character from moving when we block, when we parry, or we're gonna have to just get a new animation. So for now, we'll just do this full body. And we'll have to take a look at, I think the general gist here is, do we want our character to be able to move while they're blocking? And I think the answer to that is yes. And kind of what that means is I can look past that for now from a developer standpoint. It's a little bit weird, but I can totally look past that. So I think that is a good breaking point. Let's do this. All right. So, kind of just catching up to speed on a bunch of things. Brought everything, fixed a bunch of bugs. We got our new targeting component in, which is cool for melee attacks. I think what's probably going to happen with that is I'm actually going to be crafting the gap closers based on maybe aerial attacks or something like that, and probably changing the animation. Overall point is I have a much better idea about how to get targeting set up. The one thing I do want to be able to do is I want to be able to mouse wheel through the targets so that I can, if I don't like the one that's closest, I can just pick any of the ones that happen to be in range, which would be cool. So also in general, just learned a whole lot about ability retargeting or ability world targeting widgets and things like that. So we cleaned that up, did some cool stuff with our parry, things like that. As always, anybody who's been kind of hanging out and just kind of watching, thanks for checking out the stream. For anybody who has any questions, feel free to hop in the Q&A. The next one's going to be Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. If you can't make it, feel free to throw your questions in the comments for this one, and I'll just try to cover it during the stream if I understand the question, or you can always hop in the next stream next Sunday. I hope that everybody has an amazing start to your week, and I will catch you all in the next Game Dev live stream Q&A. Take it easy.